You're walking down the sidewalk scrolling through your phone when suddenly, the ground disappears beneath your feet. A massive hole opens up in seconds, swallowing cars, trees, homes, and anything unlucky enough to be standing on top. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie, it's happening. In real life, all over the world, right now. They're called sinkholes, terrifying, sudden, unforgiving. But what if these gaping wounds in the earth aren't just natural disasters? What if something, or someone, is making them worse? Today we're digging deep, literally, into the mysterious phenomenon of sinkholes. We'll look at the science, the real-life horror stories, and the possibility that what we've been told about them isn't the whole truth. Because the earth isn't just shaking, it's collapsing beneath us. So what exactly is a sinkhole? At its core, a sinkhole is a depression or hole in the ground caused by the collapse of a surface layer. They usually form in areas where soft rock like limestone, gypsum, or salt beds lie beneath the surface. Over time, water seeps in and slowly dissolves the rock, creating underground voids, big, empty pockets. At some point, the land above becomes too heavy. It caves in, and what used to be solid ground becomes a yawning pit. Some are small, others are hundreds of feet deep, forming in mere minutes, giving people no time to react. They can happen in the middle of nowhere, or right in the middle of a major city. Let's look at some true stories that, honestly, sound more like horror movies than news reports. So, Guatemala City back in 2010, a perfectly round, 60-foot wide sinkhole just suddenly opened up in the middle of a super busy intersection. It swallowed a 3-story building and a security guard inside. It looked like someone had taken a hole punch to the earth. Then there's Florida. In 2013, a man named Jeff Bush was asleep in his bedroom when the floor beneath him just collapsed. A sinkhole had opened right under his house, his body was never recovered, and the home was demolished. The hole still exists today, fenced off like a cursed crater. And in China, 2022, in Xining City, a sidewalk gave way, creating this massive sinkhole that swallowed a public bus. The entire thing was caught on camera. Multiple lives were lost in just seconds. These aren't isolated incidents either. There are dozens of sinkholes reported every year. And honestly, a lot go unreported, especially in rural areas or underdeveloped regions. The terrifying part? Sinkholes aren't just happening more often. They're popping up in places where they never used to. Why is that? Well, climate change is increasing the intensity of rainfall, which really speeds up underground erosion. Urban development is paving over natural drainage systems, and that weakens the land beneath us. Plus, mining, drilling, and fracking are literally shaking the Earth's foundation. In fact, studies have shown that the number of sinkholes in the United States has nearly tripled over the last few decades. And that's not even counting all the unregistered incidents in countries like India, Mexico, and Brazil. So here's the big question. Are all sinkholes natural, or are some of them being caused or maybe even covered up by human activity? There are whispers, you know. Some of the world's deepest sinkholes seem to appear near underground military bases, mining operations, and oil drilling sites. There's even speculation that classified projects like deep earth tunneling for defense or experimental tech might be weakening the crust in ways we don't fully understand. Some people point to strange vibrations or low-frequency hums heard near sinkhole locations before a collapse. Others believe that entire incidents have been scrubbed from public records, especially when they're close to government or corporate land. Could we actually be doing more damage to the earth than we realize? Are we playing with the ground beneath us like it's indestructible? Whether they're natural, man-made, or maybe a little bit of both, one thing is clear: sinkholes are no longer rare. They're spreading, growing, and in a lot of cases, completely unpredictable. Next time you see a small crack in the sidewalk, or hear a story about a house just vanishing overnight, don't brush it off. Because the truth is, we're walking on hollow ground. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.